Why, hello there, and welcome back to the Shark Tank in City of Mist. Allow us to join our three heroes and one other person that is here but not here.
But not here?
Alrighty, in our last scene, the four of you were speaking with Mr. Honeylip, and one of you decided to take him up on his offer and go over yonder. I've already briefed her on what's happening on her side, so we'll quickly cut back to Xander, Moira, and Radiah. I will quickly remind you guys that the outside of Honeylip's little speakeasy, technically it leads out into the street. You guys realistically could, it be somewhat of a walk, a bit of a jaunt, you're not exactly sure where this links up, but you don't technically have to go through the corridor again if you don't want to. If you guys find that to be too awkward, if you guys think you were gone for too long, I know Moira, you wanted to meet back up with Rusty, I'm not sure how you're planning on doing that. So, how do you guys want to go about this? Up to you.
I mean, I just don't want to ruin my spot, my information layer.
Yeah?
But that's another problem for another day.
Moira, that obviously leads to somewhat of an issue, because walking through the front door after you go to the bathroom, you can explain that, but it's weird.
You're like, oh, I just thought the window looked cool, so I had to climb out of it.
I mean, there's no one in the kitchen, right? We can just slip out the back door.
Yeah, like I said, however you guys want. You guys knocked them both out, you tied them up. So you're going to go back up the corridor?
Yeah.
Okay, Radiah? Realistically, only Moira matters.
They have like windows inside, right?
Windows inside where?
So where did we come out?
Of the speakeasy?
Yeah.
Front door. You came out the front door and you guys are in some weird back alley you don't recognize. It's intentionally vague because the only people finding this place.
And I'm trying to see Rusty because I said I'd be back.
Yes, so you told me that your goal was to not be gone for too long because you don't want Rusty to not trust you.
Right. So are there any windows into the front of the building?
The front of Rusty's building?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I would have to go in through the front door, right?
The front door, or you can find a weird way to go up the corridor, just like you guys already did, and sneak from the kitchen to the bathroom, but fully up to you.
I think what's going to happen is I'm going to go towards the front of the building, check to see when he's distracted with somebody else, and then I'll just slip in the front.
Alrighty, sounds like a plan. So Radiah and Xander, you guys are easily able to go up the corridor, basically with no issue whatsoever. And as we mentioned, there's no one in the kitchen. Moira, something interesting that you notice actually while you're jaunting back is the jog itself is actually a little longer than you're expecting. It's almost a whole extra block's worth of movement. Something
that's bizarre.
Yeah, something screwy going on with this corridor. But regardless,
this strange time-space corridor I see.
A little, your standard weird corridors.
So the corridor is very long and weird.
Very, but you skipped around it. And Radiah and Xander don't notice any weirdness. It's perfectly normal for them. You guys are able to sneak out the back relatively easily. And you guys are back in the back alleys effectively. Moira, you sneak over to the front section. And how precisely... You got a ways to go from the door to the bathroom. How you doing this?
So I actually am not going to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
What I want is for Rusty to be distracted by the time that I walk in so that he only sees me when I've popped back up by the bar.
Alrighty. Are you doing anything to affect this, or you just want to roll a straight sneak roll?
I think I would like to do sneak roll, and then can I use situational awareness to help me?
Yeah, I mean, with sneak, use what you got. You are by yourself.
Is there light in here?
Unfortunately, it is not. It's the opposite. It's not daylight though, so you're fine.
All right. Well, if it goes bad,
you can also use your gut feeling if you wish.
I'll figure it out. I'll do that.
Yeah, that way you know where to go. Alrighty, it's a good thing you use that gut feeling because that's a 7.
Thanks for that.
All right, everyone that should fall for it is going to fall for it.
Perfect.
You're able to sneak in just fine, and I'll decide what this complication is a wee bit later. But Moira, no one sees you. He's conversing with another customer. Things are starting to get a little bit busier. And, sneaking back up to the table, your drink is still there. It's still covered. In fact, he hasn't seated anyone near you just to make sure no one's touching your drink. If you order any food, it's obviously cold by now. Some of the ice is melted, so the drink might not be
He
peek.
made sure nobody was touching my drink?
Yes,
Man, Rusty's a real one.
he is a real one. He's a couple real ones, but
I'm sorry, did you say he's a couple real ones?
well, I mean, his back is harboring someone you guys don't necessarily agree with, so he's a real piece of work, but he's also a real nice guy, so who knows?
But you know, to be honest, as somebody who is a regular double agent, I have no room to talk.
There you go. And how do you choose to excuse yourself?
I'm just gonna finish my drink and say thanks for the thanks. I think I'm gonna head home.
All right, thanks for the thanks, as per usual. And, he sees you kind of sauntering back up. He's mid-conversation with our customer. You quickly thank him, down your drink, and
Leave him a tip.
yeah, he slides on over and goes, thank you kindly, Moira. I'll be seeing you around then.
Sure will.
All right, and without any complications that you're aware of, you're able to sneak out with no issue. Do you guys all meet back up at the car?
Yeah.
Alrighty, by this point, the two of you definitely would be at the car, Xander and Radiah. And as you guys are heading out, Moira, your phone begins to ring.
Right, I pick it. Am I outside by now?
Yes.
I pick it up.
You actually realize you missed a call on the way in. Fortunately, your phone was silenced, so it didn't go off, but...
What's the, is there a name on the caller ID?
Yes, it's George Kim.
Oh. I pick up.
You kind of hear some shuffling in the background, and you hear like, Oh, yeah, Moira.
Yep.
Hey there,
What's
buddy.
up?
Ran into a slight complication. I told you guys I would call again if one of these knuckleheads decided to swing by my place, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I'm
Looks like-
guessing one of those knuckleheads swung by your place?
Bingo, buddy. And I got him tied up right, and you hear like a thud. I got him tied up right here. Hey, he's not going anywhere.
Oh.
The store is temporarily closed for a moment for, I don't know, bullshit reasons. It's my store. I do what I want.
I like you, George. You're a good one. I will come help you out if you want.
Well, weirdly enough, they're requesting to speak with y'all.
That's just, actually, I am not surprised to hear that. We'll be there soon.
Yeah, sounds good. And he just hangs up.
I like this George guy. How old is he? I'm just kidding.
I think it's like in his mid-20s.
All right, well, we gotta go, right? I let the rest of the crew know.
He figured you
But
guys...
I do find it very sexy that he took care of them by himself.
You guys, yeah. You know he's very
That's
capable.
pretty cool. I love that for him.
All right, and you guys are able to swing by there with relative ease. And yeah, the store looks like it's currently closed.
Stay in the car.
Okay. So you can definitely chill outside. The sign does indeed say closed. But he'll let you know, Moira, that you can just knock.
Yeah, I knock.
All right, as you knock, you
Is
can...
anybody with me, or is it just me?
No, I'll come.
All right, the two of you move up onto the door. You give it a nice firm knock, and after a couple seconds, you kind of hear a indistinguishable voice just kind of shout in the distance, and then some shuffling. And he meets up, and as he opens the door, it dings, the little jingle, and there's some faded light coming from inside, and he gives you guys a nod and motions for you to come on in.
Can I cast a spell outside to see if I see anybody like spying in?
You're trying to check your surroundings, basically?
Yes.
Sure. Go and roll me investigate. Excellent. Alrighty. You technically have 3 questions pertaining to what's going on here, and I'll answer them very clearly. You want to know if anyone's watching in this area?
Yeah.
Besides the general feeling of you guys being watched, which is mostly faded by now, there's some rubberneckers, but besides that, nah, no one's watching you guys.
Do I see anything suspicious along the strip? Like, not just, I don't mean like people watching, but just anything that seems out of place from last time?
Anything that would stand out and worry you, Xander? I would say no. Obviously, things are somewhat in disarray, but they're beginning to slightly clean up here.
Do I see any signs of water that shouldn't be anywhere?
Nope. Besides the standard rain that's been fairly steadily falling, nothing. Seems fine.
Okay. I'll
seems
go
pretty
into the
safe.
store.
All right. He sees you kind of coming around before he relocks it, and he nods to you as the 3 of you come on in, and he quickly moves over to the desk, and he kind of points to the individual that is tied up, and he says, voila, our little friend here.
Does he look familiar?
You don't recognize this one, but they're dressed the same way as the other enforcers.
They're basically the Men in Black.
Except not as cool.
But evil.
But evil! So he just kind of sighs, seeing more people here. He looks up at George like, what am I going to do? There's 4 of you now. And George is he's just leaning on his hand, just smiling, looking at him. Goes, all right, tough guy, you wanted to say something to them? And he kind of rolls his eyes and looks towards you guys. It's really hard to see, like, where Dia's standing. She's next to the that swinging door, so George can get in and out easily. This guy's seated and tied up, so he can't really see over it. He's, like, trying to look above. You guys can see him, but he looks in a really poor position. And looking over that, he goes, yes, I believe the three of you met with the lady, Delia.
Shark Girl and Lava Boy?
Just Shark
Sorry.
Girl, yeah.
It's actually Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Hey, we can do what we want, right?
In this alternate fantasy reality, it's Shark Girl and Lava Boy.
Could be Shark and Lava. You never know.
Oh, can't wait for Shark.
Hell yeah, the long-awaited sequel.
Lava.
Yeah. Regardless, as he turns to look at Kim, I came here to deliver a message, not to fight. And Kim's not even looking at him. He's just like flipping through a paper and like, well, oh, you're talking to me, huh? But yes, Delia wants to meet with your group. She has something to say.
Is there anything else?
No, that's it. I literally came by to leave a message, and this guy kicked my ass and, well, looks down. Can you untie me now?
All right.
Where does
Give
she
me
wanna
the
be?
message one more time.
Delia wants to meet you guys at the place you've already met her. She said,
Why does she think that we're going to do that?
I don't know. She seemed to want to tell you guys something.
How about you send her a message?
Oh my
Actually, you know
God.
what? Wait, you know what?
Yes,
Here's my business card. Have her call me.
I can do
I
that.
know that she has opposable thumbs
Well, yeah,
and can push some buttons.
I can do that. That works.
I'm not going into the Shark Tank again.
I don't know
That's
that-
not neutral ground.
He goes to shrug, but can't really move his arms. He goes, that's fair. I can't, I don't know what you're talking about, but that sounds somewhat horrifying. I'm vaguely aware of her powers.
Not great.
No,
It's not great. I think it's honestly a little rude of her to invite us there again.
Are you still holding out the card?
Yeah.
He, when you say rude, he looks at Kim and looks at his hands that can't do anything. And goes, oh yeah, sorry. Whips a knife really quick and just cuts the rope, and the guy stretching goes, ugh! Stands up after kind of, dead leg for a second. And he takes your business card, nods to you, shoves it in his pocket.
All right. Well,
So
Hurry
pretty
along.
much she wants to see us, but we have no idea why she wants to see us.
She didn't tell me. She didn't tell me where. Shark Tank. I don't know what that means.
yeah, well, it's hit TV show,
Yeah,
Shark Tank.
I've seen it once or twice. Yeah, can I go?
This is Well, anyway, scurry along.
Yeah, and he
Tell her I'll be waiting for a call.
looks like he's trying to act tough, but with surrounded by four of you now.
I lean in. And I'm like, you don't have to
Yeah,
do that. We're
he's
gonna
trying.
let you out. It's
Yeah,
fine.
He's trying to with this chest high, but not the best optics. So he kind of just meanders by you guys and gets to the door, looks back to you all, nods, and then walks out into the night. Kim puts the
All
paper
right.
down and goes, you think I should bill them? I had it closed for like an hour. That's not convenient.
Well, do you know where to bill them?
No, I have no idea. Probably should have left something with him. Shit.
Seems too convenient that she wants to see us right after we saw Honey, whatever his face is.
I think that is very much on purpose. I don't think it's convenient, if you know what I mean.
As in, you mean he told her something?
I mean, I think that it is somehow connected. Like,
He's-
I am not surprised to hear that now she's asking for us.
I'm just staring like y'all. He's got no idea what you guys are talking about. It says, right after you talked to him and did your thing. Anyway, if y'all want to take a bag of chips or something, you're more than welcome to on your way out. But that's all I needed with y'all. Sorry, I didn't have more to say. Apologies.
Well, I guess let's go catch us a shark.
Let's go fishing.
Alrighty, and as you all head out, George is very much considering, like, do I just stay closed for the night? Maybe not. I don't know. Too much of a hassle to reopen. But after, let's say about 30 minutes or so of you guys waiting, if you'll have a quick jaunt outside, you receive another phone call. You're very popular today, Moira.
Another phone call.
Another
All
phone
right.
call from an unknown number this time.
Unknown number. Oh my god, please. I'm crossing my fingers. Tell me it's Delia. I pick up.
You pick up, you hear someone clear their throat, and you indeed hear Delia's voice. And she just says, hello?
Delia?
Yes.
How's it going? How's your day been?
Been better?
Okay. Something wrong? You want to talk about it?
Not necessarily. You're denying my... I guess it makes sense. Regardless, did you want to speak over the phone or somewhere else? It's somewhat sensitive information.
We can speak somewhere else. Just, somewhere that's not a room, and you can drown me.
What if I promise I won't?
Pinky promise?
I can't pinky promise from here, but I can send you a picture of my pinky, if that'd make you happy.
Yeah, go ahead and send me a pinky. Picture, not an actual pinky.
Oh, I could do either. And you can hear her like fiddling with her phone, and then
actually, can she take a selfie?
You
send it to me.
You get a text of her finger, and there's a. It's definitely her. The skin's blue as a claw.
Perfect. I send her a pinky back.
Well,
where do you want? Where do you want to meet?
I still would like to meet the old, the place.
Again, really don't want to be drowned. Can we meet outside the aquarium?
Sure, we can meet outside. That works for me.
Yeah, all right. I'll come meet you.
Sounds good. I'm assuming you guys are some ways out. According to the last phone call we just got, our little messenger ran into an issue. But
yeah.
I'll be waiting.
Why don't you tell her to meet us at the construction job that's in the center of the park?
Did I know about the construction center? The
No.
construction area?
But that's open area, not near her water place.
I guess that's true. But would I have known about the construction site?
Yeah.
Instead, then I would have suggested that.
All right, roll me convince.
Could I do with convince?
She's considering.
I guess I can't really do much.
You have asking questions.
I do have asking questions.
Which is
I'll click it.
Quite literally what it is.
Could it be considered self-defense?
No.
Are you sure? Because I'm defending myself from a potential bad situation.
You are, but that's a physical self-defense.
God, fine.
Oh my God. Don't you find me with your 13. Okay. You were able to come up with a fairly convincing argument as to why we should meet there. And she thinks a bit. She really doesn't want to, but eventually, fine. We'll meet at the construction site. It's about halfway between, so we'll get there sooner. Meet you in what? 20?
Consider it done.
All right, then. And with that, the three of you are able to indeed take off. Roxanne's on here. And after 20 minutes or so, you guys do indeed arrive at a construction site that is, well, under construction. Currently, there are no lights. It looks relatively dim here. The sun hasn't completely set, so their night lights haven't really turned on, but no one's working, so fortunately, you guys should be alone.
All right, well, I'm waiting.
And as you guys all drive up and get out of the car, you see that she is already there leaning up against a beam, fiddling with something in her hand.
I'll walk up to her.
All right, does everybody follow?
I stay back.
Okay.
A little bit.
I kind of go up with her slower.
All right.
Like, I want to
Seemed
be
like
like,
you had stuff to talk to her
I'll
about
be, like,
more
20
than the
feet
rest
away.
of us per se, but
So you guys are on your shot, so regardless, so you're far enough, Sander, to be able to hear what everyone's saying, but you're at a nice safe distance.
I just don't want to be arm's length from her.
Of course, yeah. And she just kind of gives you guys a nod, and where she's fiddling with her hand, she kind of just flicks and goes, well, hello then. This place is a bit more dour.
Yeah, a little dusty.
A little, yes. I guess this is more fair. Can't really take me on my
the
word.
whole drowning thing wasn't a great feel.
She puts her hands up and says, I understand. I understand.
I mean, I get it. No worries. What you got for me?
Well, this is for all of you. And looking past your group, she kind of narrows her eyes and says, the fourth one's not here?
No, she decided to stay back.
She nods.
A literal infant.
And says, right. He does sort of have a way with words. Did any of you stay long enough to listen to what he had to say or agree to any of his terms?
Well, one of us is missing. Not actually missing.
Of course.
Well, he definitely does have a way with words, but you know, if you're strong mentally up there, right? Not going to affect you.
To a degree, yes. Fortunately, we're a little more apt at stopping what he's proficient at, but he'll eventually get in, unfortunately.
So, why did you want to meet us if, last time you saw us, you try and kill us?
It's complicated, but let's make things a little simpler. I feel like we got off on the wrong foot. All I'm here is to give you guys a little bit of information, and that's it. You can go your way, I'll go mine. You owe me...
First, you can tell us why you are, killing people.
Well, I'm not killing people. Sam's saddle was an accident.
Accidents don't change the fact that you still killed someone.
Wait, I would like to know why it was an accident. It really looked like murder.
That's fair. Did you see the body, or did you just come to that conclusion on your own?
Yeah, we saw the body. No, we saw the body. We didn't really see the body, did we?
She doesn't know.
Well, I kind of saw it, but not fully.
Yeah. She nods along and goes like, all right. Says, fine. How about I offer this olive branch before I have my say? You all seem like good people. And not that my words mean anything at this point, but I would like to apologize for that outburst. I'm aware he's dead regardless of my excuses. But he's a bit of a hothead.
Sam Saddle?
Yeah, slightly. I was warned.
Guess he's not much of anything anymore.
No, he's not. We got into a fight. I'll just say that. I was still coming into, well, she looks at her hand, looks at you guys, this, and things got out of control. Shitty answer.
What you're saying is pretty much you just started learning your powers and then you accidentally killed him during a argument.
She nods.
So you're saying Sam Saddle was an accident?
Correct.
Are you working with Honeylip?
Occasionally, yes.
Exactly what are you doing for him?
Julio, that's the name I was looking for. But...
Oh, you mean Los Ramos? No, I wasn't part of that.
Okay, so if you weren't part of that, does that mean that you're also not part of, like, Laser Hot Pizza?
I dabble. We tend to send in the grunts first, and then when they keep saying no, I head in after. But the boys at the pizza shop have been fairly pliant with us.
And if you didn't have anything to do with Julio, who did?
Oh, I personally didn't, is what I mean. I can guarantee some of our boys roughed him up.
Okay.
And to answer
so you
question,
have done it, but you're just saying you're not a murderer.
Well, things happen.
I guess it could be manslaughter, let's say.
I'm not trying to plead innocence here. I messed up, things happened. It's life.
Right.
Regardless, I have some information for you that I think might assist. I feel as if you're all trying to actually do some good here. You seem like decent people. I've been watching you. Interesting methods of sneaking into buildings and such, but you don't kill anyone. You didn't permanently injure them or anything along those lines.
Not really our vibe.
But how would she know how we snuck into a building?
She's watching.
On the always watching. Is she talking about
like the second time or
Somebody's
the first time?
Watching.
No, there's a status, always watching. Someone's been watching us this entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a network.
It's not here anymore, but it was.
Yeah, they have a network, and also you guys did tie two people up and not untie them, so eventually they were found because he went back to the kitchen, etc., so obviously someone did something.
So what was the reason for you watching us?
Curious. Allow me to just say my piece. The 3, hopefully 4 of you, seem to be good people. You seem to actually care for the folk that live here. I wasn't lying when I said I was the defender of this place. I did grow up here. Things got out of hand. I understand you won't fully see things my way, and that's perfectly acceptable. But I can give you a little bit of information that might assist. I'm sure you're aware that the various enforcers you ran into don't contain normal human strength, yes?
You could say that.
Well, they get it from something. It's temporary. And...
You're talking like a drug?
Not a drug. Well, it can feel like one, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
The power is addictive, but it itself is not addictive. It hardly benefits folks such as us, but for normals, oh, it's quite a power rush. I've been told you could shoot one of them and the bullet would just bounce right off. It hurt like hell, but they wouldn't die.
All right.
So, I can tell you where they're going to meet in 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
I only have so much information, unfortunately. But up the road some way, technically, passed by our little location, is a villa. It's the Falzoni Villa. They're going to be hosting a meeting in about 2 weeks. They're going to be distributing the stuff. I don't know the details on how it works, how distribution works or anything, but it's a rather large event. I'm sure you've already heard of it, actually. They're throwing it off like a party for the rich and famous in our little city. I'm just here to let you know there's something more than just a party and a fundraising event. You can do with that information as you will.
And what do you care?
I care because you seem like good folk. And some of the individuals that consumed whatever that stuff is, well, I don't see eye to eye with them precisely, and maybe it might be convenient if they don't get any this time around.
All right. I'll take that. I'll absorb it.
She nods and says, well, that's all I had to say. I'll be on my way now.
I don't think this means we're not, keeping an eye out, though.
Fair enough. Like I said, this is my one good deed for however long. And she kind of smirks and turns about to walk away.
All right. I let her.
All right. And she just kind of heads off into the darkness. Who knows where? Somewhere probably
That's
more wet
how
than...
this investigative journalist stuff works.
Somewhere more wet than here.
She jumps into the pool.
You guys hear a splash. There's like a kiddie pool, and she's just like dragging along the floor.
I'm gonna take my cell phone out of my coat pocket, and I'm gonna press stop recording.
Okay.
So if she tries anything, I'll have something to bring to the corpse.
I'm sure that'll hold up great. But yes, definitely note that you have that.
Well, I mean, admitting to murdering somebody.
Oh, of course, of course. So, you guys are aware indeed of the Falzoni Villa. It does exist publicly. It is basically just a little mansion up on the hill. And indeed, in 2 weeks, there's going to be a meeting and a fundraising event with the rich and famous here in our wonderful city. Except, there's something else clearly going on there. Of course, normal folk like us are not invited there. So we have no way of knowing what they transpire in the dark. So having this information, what do we do next?
Unless I missed it, did they say exactly who's going to be there, other than the rich and snobby?
They let you know that obviously more of the enforcers are going to be there. The owner of the villa is going to be there. Rich folk.
Is Honeylip going to be there?
Possibly. She's not sure. That's why she didn't mention it. You guys ran into him, so it's one of those maybe. He's very well aware of your guys' presence.
All right. Well, so this is in 2 weeks?
Indeed.
And we still have not met back up with Roxanne.
You have not. If you guys have attempted to call her, she's currently dark. So she's not answering her phone.
I would have tried to call her after Delia left, but I guess now's the time to regroup, discuss that kind of
stuff. Well, the only thought that's going through my head, regardless of her telling us about this party or whatever, is, getting the police involved with her.
I think we all know how I feel about the police. But also, it should be noted that there is a police, non-presence. They're aware of it, I feel like, to some degree. And they're choosing not to do anything about it.
Whatever your next plan of attack is, your general plan of attack, just let me know.
Well, I think we need to get a hold of Roxanne as soon as possible, because I don't like that she stayed there in that room with that guy. There is nothing more than I love than infiltrating a rich people party. This is my bread and butter as an investigative journalist. I am so excited.
You know what? The rich and famous may not even be participants or purveyors of this substance. It may
but the original
the front cover for something going on in the basement, like a back room basement thing, and the party's just a cover.
Dilly can't give that much information, obviously, but she knows they will be there for bodyguards and such. And
so we need to find out
general presence.
Who is passing out this pseudo super serum stuff.
I mean, I suspect a super serum.
Well, I mean, like we need
to do with
to figure out
guy.
who's giving it out. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, I feel like that's why we should go. We'll get information. I mean, statistically speaking, I feel like those rich people are going to be involved in some way.
So
and it could be basement deals as well, but
definitely. So rooting around and trying to like figure things out. You can definitely call Roxanne if you want Moria, and she will answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna call her.
For the thing that the guys are drinking, are they only getting like super strength and stuff? They're not getting anything other weird powers?
To your knowledge, from what you've seen, it's just super strength. It's super strength and super, not invulnerability, but like literally a bullet to bounce off them. Yeah, incredible constitution.
So since it's a serum that they're taking, does that mean everybody could see it? It's not like a power like we all have where you only can see it if you have a power?
I mean, they said it feels like a drug though, right?
The power high feels like a drug. I mean, imagine being able to punch through a brick wall and not hurt your hand.
Well, I just mean like, because you said in this world, if we use our powers to other people that don't have powers, it looks like something else.
Yeah, they'll see it for like a second, but their mind will like instantly, the mist will basically force their minds to correct whatever it is they're seeing to make more logical sense. And then the next day they'll be like, oh yes, of course that was a blank. And if they, when you talk...
But with the serum, that has nothing to do with powers like us, right? That's more human made.
It's artificial.
It's artificial, but it's in the same vein. It's just super strength is the thing. So if you were to shoot someone and it bounces off, you missed apparently, or they were wearing body armor, or if they punch the shit out of you and you like go flying, they're just really strong, and your brain just corrects it and says they were just really strong. It's within the realm of plausibility.
So then the serum is made by somebody with powers, then, is what you're saying?
Yeah, no idea. Maury, if you want to make that phone call, now would be the time to do so.
Yeah, I'm calling.
All right, Roxanne.
Boop, 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 boop.
Calling Shadow Girl. Calling Shadow Girl.
Yep. Hello.
Oh, hey, Roxanne. What's up? Where are you?
Where would I be? Is this the same day?
I would say this is probably the next day.
You went absolutely dark for hours.
I'm home.
Roxanne, what did you do?
Nothing. He answered my question. I have a lot to think about.
This doesn't feel right, Roxanne. But all right. As long as you're safe.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So we got a lead, sort of, I guess, to some rich person party.
Rich person party?
I guess I say let's meet up at Radia's cafe. If it's open.
Sure. I could go for some coffee.
If it's not, I'll open it.
Does Roxanne like coffee?
Why wouldn't she?
Are you a pod person, Roxanne? That's what I'm asking.
Don't be silly. Anything Radia makes is great.
Very true.
Alrighty, and you all to agree to meet up at Radia's little shop.
Go, then.
Yeah.
Meet you there in 15.
Alrighty, should be the next day. You guys are there first. Obviously, Radia, it's your shop. Moira, you're waiting for not too long, and then Roxanne shows up.
I guess I'm sitting on one of the tables, drinking a little drinky drink. Does Roxanne come over?
I'll order a caramel macchiato first.
Actually, this is a traditional macchiato, not like a Starbucks macchiato. So, are you sure?
Whatever Radia gives me, I'll take.
Radia, do you do a traditional macchiato or a Starbucks macchiato?
Somewhere in between. I do it my way.
Perfect
answer.
Yeah, it's her way or the highway.
Do you have help in your shop, by the way, Radia? Or do you basically run it by yourself?
Yeah, when I'm here, I run it by myself. If I'm not to be here, there's others.
Excellent. All right,
Let's put it that way.
Awesome. Will we quickly get things made up?
So, Roxanne, what did Honeylip want from you?
Oh, he answered my question.
That was?
I'm going to investigate.
About my brother.
And that was?
I'm not really comfortable talking about it. It's kind of complicated.
I'm going to investigate.
Well, while Moira's investigating, I'm going to use my Eye of Azar to look into his soul, see if he's lying to me. Kind of see what happened.
I'll put a plate
Oh my God.
of lavender shortbread cranberry cookies.
Okay, I was gonna say you don't have to roll for this. You can just ask her.
And I want to intimidate her into telling me the truth.
So you're clearly using your abilities. I won't say that roll was wasted, but my god. Rolling a lot of 5, 6s, and 6s. Jesus.
Moira's gonna shake her to death. Tell me what's going on.
Do I need to roll against that?
No, you choose if you want to answer or not. You know what your limitations are.
All right. Well, I am now very unsettled and alarmed that my role model is using this against me. You know what? My little brother needs me. I gotta get back home, and I will get up and dash away.
I'm gonna stop her with a chain on her leg.
Roxanne, what did you get into?
What would I roll?
Are you resisting this, Roxanne, or
Oh, can I?
if you're going slow enough that he can grab you, then he just grabs you. You tell me.
No, I wanted to get out real quick.
All right. So then, slightly awkward since you're rolling against each other. Go ahead and just roll change the game, Xander, and Roxanne just roll face danger.
Ooh, aware of every tiny movement. Finally, I'm gonna do not alone too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, effectively with how it works, we'll just go whoever has the higher roll. So
you no move.
All right, 13 against a 12. We'll just say as you basically lash out with your chain, you attempt to dodge out of the way, Roxanne, but you're unable to, and it does indeed grab onto your leg.
Actually, can I ask Roxanne a question?
I mean, she's not going anywhere.
She's kind of stuck now.
I'm just like, Roxanne, quick yes or no. Are you colluding with the enemy?
I keep my mouth shut.
Roxanne, we can't really help you.
If you don't open your mouth,
if you
that's a
just
yes.
Wanna, run away from us when we're trying to help you.
Can I attempt to break out of the chain?
Of course, yeah.
I think you should just let her go.
Yeah, you two. What do you think you're doing? She's our friend, isn't she? Regardless of whatever happened.
I think, here's my silly little guess. She asked her question, and in return for an answer, he's getting something out of her, which means he says she's a liability to the investigation.
Well, he is a liability.
She's a liability.
Oh, well, both of them are technically liabilities right now.
That guy is a problem, but
he says that he could do something for her, aka brainwashing her for her to think that he can actually help her with her brother. So that's why she's so hell-bent on escaping and doing what he asks.
To answer your question, she doesn't seem brainwashed. She seems like she got...
I think is it more like, do we get the feeling that it's more like a contract and not a forced silence?
Yeah, it's closer to that. It's almost like she got maybe half the answer and he promised the other half later, and she needs this answer.
No, I just think that's why we should let her go. I don't think... So I just think that at this current point in time, we're not going to get anything out of her.
You could include us in what you're searching for, so we know that you're fine while we go do our high-stakes rich people investigation party thing.
You know what? I agree with that. We don't want you to die. If you can't tell us, you can't tell us. But maybe these two...
he promised he promised me something. I was just able to break out of his spell, but he was going to promise all of us something.
He did promise all of us something.
Well, yeah, but he was only able to get one of us. So in this situation, it's all on you, and we're just making sure that you're all right.
I'm fine.
Look me in the eye, Roxanne. Are you actually all right, or do you just not want to answer the question?
I will look you in the eye. Everything's okay. I'm not in danger. I'm just going to be busy for the next few weeks.
I think you should know that this means I'm going to cut you out of the investigation.
That's fine.
Is there a reason you can't tell us what you're doing?
I'm going to clamp my mouth shut and glare at you. You're a man. You know contracts.
However,
well, I don't really make contracts with weird mob bosses in the bottom of weird basements, so...
I want to break free.
However, Roxanne, don't think this means that I don't want to be involved. We care about you. You're our friend.
Thank you. Let me go.
I'll just uncast the spell.
All right, I will skedaddle.
All right, with Roxanne heading out.
Well, that went nowhere.
and
That
back
went
into
absolutely
Literally
nowhere.
no answers, questions answered.
All
I
right,
did waste a very good roll.
So
I
did
was hoping she would tell me more.
I did give you a hint. I had to clear it with the DM first.
I mean, I don't think the thing that I feel like your hint was something we already knew.
Yeah, I feel that too. That didn't really give us anything.
Like,
Can you at least tell us, like, what any of our questions would have Roxanne had a facial change of us saying any of the things?
I can tell you Roxanne knows what happens to the deal if too much information gets out and if she talks too much. She probably should not have met with you guys, is the look she was giving you guys.
so she shouldn't have met with us
In the first place, yeah.
in the first. Okay.
Yeah, just talking to you guys is probably going too far.
All right. I'm gonna send her a little text that says, "Thanks. Let us know if you aren't safe. Okay, bye."
I'll send you a thumbs up back.
Alrighty,
I send the vomit emoji.
beautiful.
I leave it on red.
You son of a bitch.
Alrighty. Knowing what we know, what's our next plan, you three?
Well, we know that the party is going to be smashing. We also know that Roxanne's probably going to be there because, you know, the plot probably is going to bring her there. For what reason, we don't know. Obviously, Honey Lip is a douchebag and bad guy. And that's about it.
All right, in these upcoming next 2 weeks, what are y'all doing?
Can I contact my father?
Yeah, sure. What are you contacting him for?
I'm just giving him an update of America and the weird stuff I'm finding.
Sure, definitely. Radai, how about yourself?
I suppose I'll dig through my alchemy things and see if I can find anything remotely seeming like some sort of empowering serum
Okay,
recipes while manning my cafe, I suppose.
excellent. During this time, the three of you can do one downtime activity, which, to remind you guys, you can give yourself one experience somewhere. You can give yourself juice ahead of time, or you can run the case and get clues, but I think you guys have plenty of clues. You probably don't need any more of those.
Could I maybe look into information on who's attending the party?
You have that one free question, so I'll give it to you that way. You
Okay.
do know it's going to be a lot of city officials, people that work in our government, basically, and
Always the city official.
a lot of rich folk. And the thing is, it's both public and not public information.
Ooh, am I going to be able to use my risk of getting fired tag? Ooh.
Potentially. And this actually applies to
Exciting.
all four of you. You guys can, realistically, the best option is probably just, you can get juice ahead of time if you want. That's definitely a thing you can do. I don't think you guys need to recover. I'm pretty sure no one has any burn tags. You do, Roxanne, so you can unburn that one if you want. Besides that, you guys can add one experience point to any one book, any one theme book.
Like anyone on attention?
Yeah. You guys basically have 2 weeks to prepare. So you can tell me which one that you're doing and how you prepare, and then you'll get one extra experience point.
Can I prepare for the thing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into the woods and work on my shape changing.
Oh, okay. Is that your 1 point to expression?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. And nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be really funny though if I found some random people in a car, like the real Mothman,
They're gonna have a good
while
time.
they were driving? I attack them. They drive their car off the road.
There can only be one.
There can only be one. Anyway, so that's what I do.
Alrighty.
Can I talk to my father?
Did you need to say something in particular?
Like, I want you to be my papa.
Sure. I didn't think anything in particular. Why not? I don't know anything about him personality-wise. What is he exactly?
Well, you know, we all come from a line of sorcerers.
Yeah. I guess a better question, does he like you? Or are you on good
Yes.
terms with him?
Well, our family is kind of all over the world doing paranormal hunting and such. It's kind of a family business.
All right.
So, and yeah, he does like me.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you indeed give him a call. I assume it's in respect to what time it is over there.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. And he does indeed answer, potentially in the middle of working on something. He gruffly answers the phone. He goes, yes.
Hello, Father.
Hello, Xander. What can I do for you?
So, obviously I'm over here in America. Have you ever possibly heard about anybody, or guess what you could say is making some type of super soldier serum?
There's plenty of that going around, Xander, but we all know there's different sources.
Well, I got some rich blokes over here. They think they, try and make this ruffian army, I guess. I mean, they're not really tough. I took a few of them down, But it seems like they're trying to make more of them. I didn't know if, you had any intel of any rich snobs taking any of that stuff to America.
Well, I'd say it's probably relatively common from what I've seen. How exactly are they getting it? Is it like a ritual or what?
I've heard it's a ritual, but I'm supposed to go to a party, right? And well, I guess we're gonna find out. But I'm just trying to get some, if you know any of the guests, or if you could look into that. If you know anyone from overseas that's coming over.
Overseas, don't anything I can currently think of now. I might be able to give you some information on what it is, but that's probably it. We are busy over here too.
Right. Well, that's good. I haven't really ran into any super paranormal people other than a fish lady.
Well, keep your eye out. I'm sure they're crawling throughout that town. I've heard things.
Well, I'll report back in when I get rid of some more baddies.
Of course, sounds good. If you want to send me any information you receive on that stuff, the ritual, whatever it is, I might be able to run it past a few folk and see exactly what you're dealing with.
I'll send you some when I get some more information.
Excellent. Well, that's all for now, Xander. I'll be hearing from you soon, I hope.
All right, see you later.
Goodbye. And he hangs up. Alrighty, with each of you, if you want to do any weird downtime activity, you're more than welcome to do so. Experience is probably the most basic one, so you can go ahead and pop one of those bad boys in. And besides that, let's see. You guys looking at the people that would arrive. Like I said, this is mostly a public affair, so it's not really too big of a question on who's going to be there. There might be some like underground names and whatnot, but we don't really know too much. Xander, you relay all the information that you received, you send to your father, and when you mention it's something they consume, he comes back with a couple things that could possibly, be on the list. And looking at what's been happening where you guys are, what y'all been running into, you can describe the strength of these men. And your father kind of comes back and lets you know that it might be ambrosia that they're consuming. That is known to give one the strength of gods and the constitution, so that would track.
Did you say ambrosia?
I said ambrosia, yes.
Like the fruit salad stuff?
What? No.
Sorry, I just typed ambrosia into Google and I just got food.
Oh, I mean, it is technically a food.
It's a Greek god jello.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, nectar of the gods.
Yeah, it's the nectar of the gods.
Nectar of the gods sounds so much better than Greek god jello.
Same thing. But yes, basically consumed by the Greek, said to give godlike powers.
Oh, is it in Percy Jackson?
Probably. I have not read that, so I wouldn't know.
I think it was
Alrighty.
referenced in Hades.
Very much so,
It
yes.
It is in
game,
Hades.
yeah.
Yes.
It's 100% in that game.
Absolutely.
You need to collect a lot of it. I would know. Anyway,
Good game.
it is one of my favorites. It's fantastic. I don't have a map for the outside of this area, so we're just going to basically theater of the mind it. I'm going to plop you guys onto this map here, which is basically just the city map. And you guys just tell
raining?
me. It's always raining, baby. Y'all just tell me what you're doing.
So I tell Moira and Radaya that it's ambrosia that they're consuming.
Really?
So did we plop
Is it
in?
okay? But wait, actually, I have a question. Is it just being called ambrosia? So it's not actually ambrosia. It's just being called ambrosia because that's the next most logical name for it.
That's his father's guess. He's not sure.
All right.
So you guys tell me how you want to go about this.
Are we jumping 2 weeks in or? Yes. Okay.
Basically, you guys had some time to prepare. And in those 2 weeks, you dug into it a little, Xander, looking into the various people. You spoke with your father. Moira, you were kind of doing the same thing. Radia, you're preparing all your concoctions and such, and Roxanne's off being Roxanne.
I guess I have to put alchemy supplies up or something.
Whichever one you want. So to reiterate, going forward, I'm going to have no more modern maps. So this is all I got. I got like 2 more and that's it. Modern maps are not something anyone is making. I don't know why, but that's just the case. I can't even pay for it. I can, but they're really ugly. So
Bad.
Kind of a shame. Fortunately, this is not a tactical game. So you guys just tell me what you're doing. I can position you on a map. We can draw walls and such, and we can kind of just theater of the mind it. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Anyway, the Falzoni, sorry. We are indeed aware of its location, but you guys can't get that close for obvious reasons. This place is under lock and key. So you can see from the outside, there are various entrances. There's obviously the front entrance. Many cars are driving up and such. To give the quick description the game would like to throw at you. Forlorn Sicilian music echoes through the luxurious villa and washes over the silent, well-tended gardens, where armed guards patrol. The meager light flickering through the ballroom's tall glass windows makes it almost impossible to see inside. A slow procession of black limos slowly and silently brings the guests from the gatehouse to the mansion, reminding you of poor Sam Saddle's funeral. For a celebration of immortality, this party reeks morbidly of death.
Do we know if the people who are getting pulled up into the limos, if they have like a pass to get in, or?
You can tell up front that they are checking names and faces. Security here is pretty tight.
Okay, so obviously going in the front is not the best idea.
There are various back
Are we
entrances.
dressed for the occasion? You know what? I'm just going to say I'm dressed for the occasion. And then
Is
I
there
can
any
sneak
like
in.
good back windows or doors or anything that we can slip into, or back, alleyway?
Yeah, if you're attempting to sneak in, the back entrance is definitely the way you want to go.
Yeah, I think that's the best execution, because we don't really have a pass or any fake names that we can give them.
All right, would you all like to sneak
Rooftop
in?
entrance.
Yeah, there's technically, like I mentioned, the ballroom just has a glass dome effectively covering its roof section, so you can climb up there, and obviously they'll see you, but it is just glass. The back entrance, you can get in through any of the various windows. There's obviously, doors for workers and such to come in through the back. So it just depends on how you guys want to get in. You'll want to go in together the same way, or you want to go different routes. Up to you.
I'm going separate. It's integral to my cover.
Okay.
Which way are you going?
What are the options again?
You tell me. How do you want to get in? There aren't options. There's just the villa. So what is your plan?
I'm going through the back door.
Basically, all options exist. If I give you guys a list, that limits it too much.
Let me think. There's no way I could possibly be on the list, right?
From what you
Couldn't have
gathered,
finagled my way in.
no. You have to be on that list. You can tell security-wise up front. If you can super bullshit your way in, maybe, but it's gonna be hard.
I don't want to bully my way in.
Well, not bully, bullshit your way in.
What's the staff look like?
Staff, obviously, there are some people that just seem to be standard staff wearing suits, but there are, you guys recognize
Servers?
a couple of the. There are servers and such. Yeah, you can't really see them because you guys are kind of far off. But there are some servers outside, greeting guests. They have various finger foods for the outside, but they're under a veranda, so it's not getting wet. But you guys do
How
see
many
plenty
are there?
of. Not
A
too
lot
many.
of servers?
No, there's 2 or 3 at the.
I'm gonna-
at the
2
entryway.
or 3?
Yeah, and they're like I said, they're directly next to the door, so they're kind of just chilling there. Like, hey, hi, have a finger food or something. And they're strictly outside. There are
I'm
armed
gonna be
guards.
dressed like one of the waiters.
Okay, there are armed guards everywhere, so
Is there how big is the villa?
it's 3 stories.
Does it look like there's anybody on the top floor?
Can't tell. Maybe lights seem to be
I'm
on,
gonna
so
sneak in
probably.
I'm gonna sneak in on it, dude. There, it's a villa.
Yeah.
That means there's definitely something I can climb on.
Sure. I'll put it this way: if you guys want to sneak in through different locations, I'll have you all roll separately. If you guys all sneak in the same way, I'll have one of you roll.
I'm not gonna. You'll come with me. I'm gonna go top down.
Sure. And then Zender, you're gonna go from the bottom floor. Pincer attack.
Yeah, just as a waiter.
Sure. And Radia, where are you going?
I'm not sure.
You can follow either or do your own thing. Up to you.
Is it this place fenced in and we can't get into? Is that what the deal is? Or
Basically, it is very well defended, but however you think you. So I don't want to over describe it because if I do, that's going to limit what you guys can do. if I give you guys a list of ways to get in, you're going to think that's the only way to get in. So I'm leaving it vague on purpose. If you can think of a cool way to get into a relatively locked down building, you tell me, and I'll most likely just say yes.
I'm like wondering if there's a courtyard within inside somewhere that's treed that I can just sneak on the dragon and shoot
as somebody who is an incredible pastry chef, Radiah, I feel like you could have finagled your way in.
Without any supplies on hand. I'm not sure if I could.
Maybe.
But if we knew about the
could
party,
have arranged it.
Services.
Could we retroactively write that in there?
Yeah, guys,
like a catering business.
Yeah, you guys had 2 weeks to prepare. Yeah, definitely.
So I feel like it would have been great for Radiah to do that. I think that might be one of the easier ways to get her in.
Be a caterer. We'll all join you.
Radiah at the very least. If I still have to go separately, that's fine.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to.
She's gonna need help doing catering.
So I feel like you could probably get away with going with her, but I think that.
What do you mean? I could get away. We all can get away with it.
Well, I'm definitely more present in the town.
I don't think a bunch of rich snobs are gonna notice you.
I guess that's true.
If you guys head through the back, you should be able to sneak in using Radiah's idea. And using that general thing should work. You're not really sneaking in. You guys are on the list, effectively. It's not in the front, of course.
Yeah, then absolutely. Let's do that.
Alrighty. Preparing what we got.
DM question.
Yes.
I didn't even think of that.
Alrighty. So, I wouldn't even have you roll this.
Did you say you didn't even think of that?
I didn't even think of that about going for... Yeah, Alchemy Cafe. I could bring in pastries, or I could be there to work and
I thought you were making
pastries and stuff. And
yeah, smart.
I thought you were making a joke about Roxanne because she's like DM, and then everything was silent, and you're like, "Oh, I didn't think of that."
She's listening. She has a bug in our room.
Yeah.
The jig is up. Alrighty. So yes, like I said, I want to have you all roll. You're going in a bit slower, of course. They're going to expect you to work, quote unquote. But when you guys want to peel away, you're more than welcome to do so. So the 3 of you are all dressed up, bringing in pastries. Radiah, question for you. Are these actually high-quality pastries? Did you actually put effort into these to sneak in?
How dare you say that, Radiah? What?
But it's a good question.
I'm going to say yes, there are my...
Oh, no, I've seen the Yelp reviews.
Best stuff. They're not going to be some crumpled Dunkin' Donuts. They're going to be a higher quality... independently made with love.
Beautiful. All right. Even when we don't like the people, we still put effort into our food. Love it. Alrighty. Well, the 3 of you are able to sneak in without much issue. The folk in the back, as you guys can tell, once again, guards everywhere. They are on high alert, looking about. They give you guys a kind of quick look over and like, all right, you guys seem to do pretty good. And they motion you guys to come in. You bring in all the goods, and they direct you directly to the kitchen. Now that you're all inside the villa, you can see it's incredibly busy. They are preparing mostly finger foods. You guys don't see any meals necessarily. It's just finger foods and such being prepared. Nothing big.
All right, I guess let's spread out and try to hear any...
Who's the first to peel off? Xander?
Sure.
Okay. You guys, the 3 of you, can tell me where you intend to look in this villa. Like which floor you want to go to, if you're looking for anything in particular.
You said there's 2, 3 floors?
3, yeah.
I guess I'll go to the 2nd floor.
Okay, and Moira and Radiah?
I'll go to the 3rd.
Okay.
I say I'll stay on this one so I can, being the pastry chef here, keep an eye on the supplies. See what's going on, and
any confusion or anything that they might have possibly had, you're able to, being the professional, answer any questions. You're actually able to help out. So you blend in perfectly, Radiah. Nobody questions you. Xander and Moira, since you guys are able to sneak in, and they're already relatively busy, after you guys actually get into the villa and start moving around, there aren't really any guards, you notice. In fact, the inside is incredibly empty as you guys go up and up. You realize that all the sound is coming from a rather large room that is somewhat separated from where we are, the kitchen. It's 2 rooms separated. This is most likely the ballroom, judging by the big glass dome and the general shape of this building. That's probably where everybody currently is and where they're all being funneled into. You can hear laughter and you can hear music pouring specifically from
what floor?
First floor.
Okay, I guess I'll just go there then.
You're not going to go upstairs?
I guess I'll peek upstairs and then come back down.
Okay.
God, I'm sorry. Another question.
Yes.
Is Roxanne here?
No, just leave your mic on.
I bet Roxanne is here. I bet that's why she's
No!
saying
He
stuff.
definitely is here.
By the way, as Radiah is double checking her inventory, she notices there's 2 missing.
Yeah, Roxanne's definitely here. Her
Where'd you
shadow
go?
thing took it.
Did they fall? No, they couldn't have fallen.
No, my brother says hi.
Wait, what? How'd he get in here? Well, never mind. He's a shadow. But how do you know we were here?
He winks and vanishes.
And for Xander and Moira, as you guys are moving around this villa, I won't have you roll for this, but you notice something that is impossible to miss. It does not seem like this building is lived in. Looking about, there are no hairs on bed pillows. There's like no food left out except for the food that's actually being eaten. So the kitchen is completely empty. There's no food in the fridge. It's plugged in, but there's nothing in it. Going to the bathroom, there's no hair or mess anywhere. The towels are all completely dry. It doesn't look like someone is living in this building. Every single floor, 2 and 3, looks completely spotless.
Could it have, I mean, would it be, is it like suspiciously so, or like maybe they're just renting the space?
They're definitely not renting. You do indeed know someone lives here. Their name is Alessandra Falzoni. So this is indeed her estate. But like I said, there is no hint. There's no toothbrush. There's no clothes in any of her drawers or anything. Everything's completely empty.
Is this person a real person?
Yeah, she exists.
Does she? Or just on paper?
I mean, you guys think you've seen her on TV.
This is pretty weird.
That is a great question. But in terms of floor 2 and floor 3, that's basically all y'all find. Suspiciously empty.
Okay,
So
well, I guess going back to the first floor then.
So there's nothing like, that could indicate who owns it, right? Like no photos or paintings or...
Oh, there are photos and paintings, and some are indeed of her, but it doesn't feel like she lives here. Does that make sense?
So this feels like something made to look like someone lives there.
Precisely.
Aged home,
Okay.
vacation home.
Sort of.
What's that like? The life of the rich and famous. All right, I go downstairs. I do some more work for Radiah to keep my cover.
What do I see in the ballroom? Anything suspicious?
You see nothing. As the two of you head downstairs, you guys see the doors to the ballroom are currently closed, and there are some enforcers standing to the left and the right of it.
Can we offer them some food?
You can if you want.
Before you have the chance to, I will appear.
Are you an enforcer?
I am dressed appropriately, yes.
Roxanne.
Hi, guys.
Roxanne.
So, wait, so all the
I'm
people
not-
that were on the first floor are now behind a
in
door?
the ballroom. They're in the cult room where everybody's gonna take the ambrosia.
There's a large room just past Roxanne.
Get
The doors are closed.
blitzed on
Roxanne-
super serum.
Roxanne is standing in front of two of
And-
these enforcers.
So Radiah saw all these people go into the room?
Radiah has only seen some people leave with food, but
What is that furry boy?
that's her second shadow that she can change. It can be a boy,
By the way, how do I do that?
right click. So
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
the two enforcers don't seem to be surprised that Roxanne is here. In fact, Radiah,
Trust me when I say this is not a surprise.
Oh, I am also eating one of those sweets that
I
Jasper
smack
named.
it out of your hands.
I'm gonna bring a whole platter of snacks towards the door to get in.
Sorry, Xander, you can't pass.
in fact, Radiah, I was going to say, about 5-10 minutes ago, you noticed they actually stopped delivering food entirely. They basically finished up and they're all just kind of resting in that room now.
Are there any other ways to
I
get
cast a
into
spell
that room?
to push Roxanne to the side.
That's not going to go well.
Well,
There's literally an entire room full of people who are going to be super, super strong
I took
and
them on last time.
unbelievably armored. We can't. We're 3 people.
3 strong people. They just have strong power or super strength. I
don't
have
think-
magic, and you have the power of Mothman.
Look, Mothman has
It's
historically...
either we fight or we literally came here for no reason because she's stopping us and we clearly can't do anything else.
Maybe there's another way in.
From what you guys gathered, the only entrances are where Roxanne is standing and, well, obviously the glass ceiling, but the front door. There's no other way to get in.
Like I said, we knock out the 2 guards and take care of Roxanne.
All 5 of my named spirits are going to protect me.
Well, I already casted spell of pushy you away, so
Indeed. So
do that
you're
first.
You know
you're
what?
trying to
I
push her
take it
back?
back.
I'm
take it back.
essentially punching her with a big boxing glove to shove her away like I did other guy.
Okay. So I mentioned before, when you guys do stuff, let me know if your intent is damage or if your intent is tag. So if you're trying to hurt someone, that's go toe-to-toe. If you're trying to accomplish something, that's still go toe-toe. Basically, only let me know if you're trying to change the game. So if you're trying to like make a story tag, let me know that. Otherwise, I can't tell what you're trying to do.
Can I try knocking her out and use that as a change the game roll?
After Xander rolls, yeah. So are you trying to just move her?
Well, I mean,
No,
it's going to hurt because she's going to fly into a wall.
Okay.
So
So go ahead and roll toe-to-toe. Yeah, basically the most important distinction is only let me know if you guys are trying to change the game, which is make a tag. Otherwise, everything else will basically be go toe-to-toe, or hit with everything you got. You are indeed going to succeed. What's this going to look like, Xander?
can you explain the surroundings real quick?
You guys are in a giant room that leads into the ballroom. There's the standard furniture that you expect to be here. Roxanne is standing with her 5 guards, you said?
Yeah, 5.
Okay, so I'm going to throw up my desserts in the air as like a distraction, and then I'm going to rear back for like a hook. But as I do that, like a big glowy fist shoots out of my hand, and I rock her, and she goes flying over a little couch.
Alrighty, excellent. So you have to dash in for that because you're using good in a brawl. That's when you move in. And after you stick her, Roxanne, your shadows are mostly able to eat the blow. And you can't retaliate immediately, but you can set your other shadows up as you are indeed knocked over to the side. You kind of bounce off the couch, but you're able to kind of flip and land on your feet. Mainly because your boy blocked the damage for you.
All right, well, Jasper's going to go right for Xander in a body lock.
As Jasper is dashing at Xander, Moira, well, what'd you say you wanted to do?
Also, question, Hub?
Yeah.
Is the room that they're passing through completely empty?
This room is large and it's full of just furniture. No one else is in here except for you guys.
Does that mean that I could have pre-requested it to go black?
The lights?
Yeah.
I mean, you can just knock them out. You don't have to request it. You can just do it.
All right. I also want to knock them out.
All right. Did you want to do that as part of your intro?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So to rewind like 5 seconds, when Roxanne said, "You shall not pass," one of your shadows popped up, quickly knocked some arrows, and sniped every single light in the room.
I mean, I'm better in low light, so this actually works better for me.
It helps two of you.
This makes all of my Mothman stuff like twice as good.
Indeed.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and attack her.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. Are you physically attacking her? Or like, what are you doing?
I'm physically attacking her.
Okay, so after she gets knocked into the couch, you run over to Roxanne.
With the intent to like fully knocked out.
Go ahead and roll toe to toe. And then against this, Roxanne, you actually will. So you're not going to roll anything, Roxanne. The only thing I'll have you roll is face danger.
Damn.
All right. Well, I actually want to dodge this.
Okay.
So I'm moving the shadows. Would aware of every time you're moving around me work?
Yeah.
And night vision.
All right. You won't take any status because you rolled a 13 against a 10, but you will succeed in whatever your goal is. You can pick 2 things. So you wanted to do damage. We'll select that one. Unfortunately, she's going to block it. But you managed to achieve your goal. So what else would you have done when you hit her?
What else would I have done when I hit her other than knocking her out?
Yeah, because remember, you can't just knock somebody out. You have to do damage enough to knock them out.
I mean, if you don't knock them out, you're just kicking them.
Correct, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I guess I would have just stunned them.
Narratively, basically, you're engaged with her and you're holding her back for a moment.
No, I'm kicking her.
Sorry, I mean, like, in martial arts sense, you're holding her back.
So can I knock her to the ground? Like a reap or a grab?
Yeah, so the most important thing is your intent is to keep her distracted away from somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember, when you guys roll, that's not 1 kick. Your one roll could literally be 10 kicks. So
in that case,
it's never one attack.
Her.
Okay.
I'm gonna grapple her.
All right, so you run in and you're going to accomplish that. So Roxanne takes no damage, but you're able to maybe like throw in a few kicks and punches and kind of juke her out. And during that, Roxanne, once again, you'll take no damage, but she will kind of get a lock on you and she'll hold you in this place here. And then while that's
right
happening,
now, Roxanne and Moira are grappling each other.
Yes, and then Moira, Radiah, what are you doing?
Well, what is left? What else is going on here?
Well, they're getting grappled, and the 2 bad guys are up front of us.
So we still got those 2.
I would like to send a couple of my shadows at Radiah too.
Oh man, when you
All
live
right.
long enough to see your friend become the villain.
These are shadows. They don't like light. Sorry, you guys that need power in the light or in the dark. I cast some sort of spell and make an artificial sunbeam in the room.
Ooh, very nice. All right, roll change the game.
I think that's all I've got, isn't it?
For casting a spell, yep, unfortunately that's all you got. But +1 is still good. Yeah, we got an 11. Excellent. So your intent is to create a light, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so realistically what you want to do is you want to create a story tag and you want it to last a while, which would be prolong the effect. So you don't need to worry about scaling it up. I'm going to make this a scene tag.
Radiah, what exactly are you shooting?
A spell that creates like an artificial sun in the room.
So like above us all?
Yeah.
It's so funny. I was literally about to do that.
Perfect. So I'm adding this tag to the scene. Any of you can use it, and because she decided to prolong the effect, it won't go away once you've used it once. So this is going to last for a while.
Is it the bright light?
Very, very bright, yeah. And then once that bright light goes off, the shadows that ran towards you, Radiah, they like cower back in fear. And Jasper flinches kind of for a second, Xander, but he's very clearly headed for you. So after you've cast that, Radiah, Xander,
are all the shadows useless except for Jasper?
They're weakened, but not useless.
Yeah, these are named. They should be my strongest.
Yeah, they're all the ones that are headed for Radiah, though. They're all cowering, so they can't attack her immediately after.
I need to come up with something else really quick soon.
Yes.
So Xander, with Jasper headed for you, what are you doing?
These are. Do I sense malintention from him?
Yes, you sense as
yes,
if
you kicked me.
Yeah, you sense as if maybe he's on like partial autopilot, but initially you sense that when you guys saw Roxanne, she has to do whatever this is. Jasper was initially moving in to hurt you, but after you knocked Roxanne across the room, he might be on autopilot of like, I'm actually going to hurt you now.
Okay, I'm going to try and contain his imperial form, or whatever the word is.
Okay,
I'm going to contain him in a spell cage, pretty much.
I'll say roll go to toe on that one because we're trying to basically CC him. And then while he's rolling that, Moira,
he is supernatural, right?
Technically, yes.
Yes.
Moira, I need you to roll. I forgot to ask because you didn't block. You need to roll face danger against 3 harm. And that 3 harm is basically Roxanne like counter grappling you. So whichever tags you did not use to attack her with, roll those to defend.
All right, I'm going to use.
So we need to technically resolve that first. Excellent. Okay. While you're grappling her, you can hold Roxanne in a perfect position that she's not able to, retch out and actually get to you. So you're doing really solid there. And Xander, as Mr. Jasper runs at you, you're able to dive out of the way. He takes a chunk out of the hardwood floor, but temporarily you got him locked up in whatever this is. And he's trying to like break out and look around. And
can I say what I do?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so he, like you say, he jumps at me, whatever, tries to do his thingy. I kind of like stretch back my hands, and I, cool magic stuff comes from my fingers, and I shoot out to cast a spell, and like almost like a bird cage essentially, but he just gets trapped in this like glowing magical cage.
Excellent.
That he can't escape from.
All right, and temporarily, Jasper is stuck in a cage made of light, which is incredibly unfortunate. Roxanne, what are you doing with all your shadows? The ones around Radiah are temporarily stunned. What are you doing, and what are you doing with, Jasper's stunned, so he can't do anything right now.
I'm actually thinking about pulling them out of the building, but I don't think that would benefit me.
Go with your gut.
What you should do is pull your shadows out, and, you should leave before it gets worse for you.
I can't do that.
Well, it's gonna get worse for you then.
I was told to protect this place, and that's what I'm doing.
Hear that, Moira? Friendship means nothing.
You know what? I got nothing.
Your
to
ass,
say to
Moira!
you. Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty upset at this. I don't take betrayal well.
DM, I'm a little hurt.
If Jasper dies, it's not my fault. I'm just saying.
No one has stopped once to question my mental attitude right now.
I was under the impression that you are stopping us from going in there.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am. I am seeming unnaturally devoted to this cause.
That's why I'm trying to knock you out.
I could have sworn when we were in the diner, I asked you
There
that.
are other ways,
no.
you know.
Wait, I'm sorry. What do you mean there are other ways? if you're being controlled by what's his face.
All right. Besides that, Roxanne, what are you doing?
Is there a basement in this building?
Yeah.
I want to warp Mora to the basement, assuming it's locked.
Okay. I won't have you roll that. You're just pulling her, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to leave all my shadows behind.
Or just...
Okay. I'm going to say it just automatically works because you're not doing any damage to her. You're just pulling her away. So in the corner of the room, you guys see shadows whirl around both Roxanne and Moira as they are suddenly whisked somewhere else. And the two of you are now in a dark basement, which benefits both of you pretty well. The shadows up top are still moving. The ones near Vidaya are seemingly, they're regaining whatever status they have. And Jesper is working his best, I guess, to get out of this cage. So, Moira, the question was, since you're grappling with Roxanne, she was asking, she didn't say it. I know what you're thinking, Roxanne. She was wondering if you just ran up and kicked her and then grappled her and said nothing. Did you say anything to Roxanne when you grappled her? That's what she's hinting at. Are you trying to, reach out to her? Are you just running over and like hitting her? Yeah, you. I mean,
I'm like, Roxanne, give me some kind of sign here.
That's what Melanie was asking for.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, I'm a bad acting NPC.
You what?
I'm not an actress like you are, Megan.
No, it was just like I was like, oh my god, like I know that she's doing this because she has to do this, but it seems awfully intense to just have all the shadows go for us all at once.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking.
I'm pretending to be the bad guy.
Okay, but am I able to get any sort of
bad guy
sign
makes
from
me
you?
just attack.
I wince.
You wince?
Like I have a headache. A sudden headache.
I'm like
You can't be here.
I'm like, Roxanne, wince if you want me to knock you out. I don't know what to do with this. Is there any way that I can get around this?
yeah, definitely. So as Roxanne pulls you down, Moira, do you just tell her like wince if you're, whatever? Is that what you tell her?
Yeah, like I'm like, wince if you're being controlled right now and you don't want to actually be doing this.
Okay, go ahead and roll me go toe to toe, except you're doing that to reach out to her. So whatever your like ghostly powers are, whatever like your gut feeling, anything that would help you in that avenue.
Is it dark down here?
Oh yeah, you guys are in a basement.
I guess Harbinger of Doom when it makes sense.
All right, we got a 12. So yes, you are indeed asking questions. So we'll make sense that you probably want to block while you're grappling her to kind of keep her in place.
Yeah.
Okay, so that plus achieving your goal. Achieving your goal would be, yes, you do indeed ask Roxanne, and the way that she winces, to re-describe what Roxanne said, is yes, she looks like she's getting a really bad headache as if she wants to answer, but she can't. The words are on the tips of her lips, and she's like moving them, but the words will not come out.
Can I read what her lips are saying?
It currently looks like she's saying nothing, but it looks like she's trying to say something, but she's being prevented from doing so. And to go back upstairs, for Vidaya, you are surrounded by shadows that are recovering. You see Xander has captured Jasper, and Roxanne, now that you're going to Moira, this enforcer's starting to move in.
Can I do
Vidaya, stick your dragon on them.
We're inside.
Yes, but...
Yeah, but you said it's not that big. You said it's Spyro size.
And there's no one here. You have space.
All right.
It's a magical dragon. You can summon it whenever you want, as long as it logically makes sense. Just ask me.
All right, let's bring the dragon in. And
What happened to the other guy?
What?
I'm
okay.
The other token I deleted. I'm just having less tokens. It's a collective, which is technically a mechanic in the game. This represents a collective of tokens, which is the +1.
So if we attack it, we're attacking both of them?
Yep. They're moving together. It helps speed things up, basically. I'll explain what that means if you decide to attack them. So how do you summon your dragon when you want it to aid you, Vidaya?
Well, unlike before, where it's already out there in the air, tapping at my brooch or my hairpin, I'll tap at a necklace. Come to me. And it just kind of, I don't know, materializes beside me, and because it kind of teleported in a little fiery golden poof of smoke.
Excellent. Already, and that's a fantastic note to end on, as the shadows kind of reconstitute themselves and they go to dive at you. And as they do, you reach out, and your dragon slowly but surely comes into our world, spreading its wings wide as arrows stick into it. And it stands in front of you, Uridiah, protecting you from the shadows that kind of take a step back, but they very much look like they're ready to go toe-to-toe with you and this beast. And we'll go ahead and pause there.
Damn.